So Christ was what? Make Christian.
He was black.
Christ and still black. Read what you got.
Daniel chapter 10 and verse 6.
Read.
His body also was like the bird.
So this is Christ. Daniel is writing about Christ. He said his body was also like the bird. The bird is going into Christ than a white garment. You understand? Continue.
And his face has the appearance of lightning.
So the appearance of his face, meaning he's full of wisdom, so it was glowing. You understand? That's what it's simple going into. Continue.
And his eyes as a lamp of fire.
Christ have lamps of fire in his eyes. Not really fire coming out of his eyes, you know. So we are going to let you know what this lamp of fire really going into. It's going into that he have a red pigment in his eyes. You understand? So we are going to show you what give him this red pigment in his eyes. Give me that in Genesis chapter 49 and verse 12.
Bring it up.
We are going to make you know what give him that glow in his eyes. Read what you got.
Genesis 49:12. His eyes shall be red with wine.
What make him eye red, sis? Yeah, he drank wine in moderation. The first miracle he came here and work was what? He turned water into wine. So Christ couldn't just throw away that wine. He drank some. You understand? He drank wine in moderation. So that's what gave him that red pigment in his eye. Continue back in Daniel.
His body also was like the bird, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as a lamp of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color.
His arms and his feet what?
Like in color.
So you hear that color is in the Bible, sis? The Bible said that his arms and his feet was like in color. So we are going to see what color his arm and his feet was like. Continue read.
To polish brass.
Oh, you to polish brass. You know what is brass is? Brass is that third place medal that they gave in Olympic and support. So when you see it on TV, what color is that? What color it look like? I'm not going to pose your brain. It look brownish. Right? Brass is something look brownish. So we are going to show you how brown this brass look. Continue.
And his voice polish brass. That's it.
Yeah, so for you to polish brass is you are going to put in the fire. Anything you put in the fire, what color it come out? That's the color of brass. Put it on your skin. Look here. Look how you saw that near to our skin. So so this is Daniel was writing about Christ. So we are going to see we are going back to John writing on here what John write about Christ. You understand? Jump here, read Revelation 1.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So the word revelation there means to reveal. So so right now I'm revealing to you what Christ looked like. You understand, sis? Continue. Jump to verse 14.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So Christ have hair on his head. He said the hair on his head were white like wool. So you know, wool is going into the texture of the hair. So what nation? The wool are going to the texture. You understand? So who have woolly texture here today? Black people have woolly texture here. For example, the white man have what? Look at this white man. The white man have straight horse here. You understand? So that to show you that strike one Christ is not from the Caucasian race. But still yet at this time give us, say it's Jesus. But we are reading from the Bible now. We're going to see if this image or it is this image which is matching the Bible. He said that his head and his hair were white like wool. Right? So who have woolly hair, you say, sis? But they not give you this image. So we are waking up our people them know this day and age and let them know that Christ look like them. Christ is a so-called black man. Continue read.
As white as snow.
Fully white.
And his eyes was a flame of fire.
So let me show you why him have him eyes have the flame of fire. Because why? Him drink wine in moderation. You see, I learned though. Continue.
Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass.
You know Christ have on a garment. So John described him head up there. So he's going to get the sewer in here. Why in the middle? So he look down from him feet now. So I'm going to describe him feet. Because back in the days, what Christ wear on him foot? Him wear sandals. So just like we today, if me look down from your foot, me can't see your foot because you're in your sandals. Not true. Continue read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So Christ's feet was like unto... Yes, my brother, we are here bringing out the description of Christ, what Jesus Christ looked like. So the writer said that Christ's feet look like fine brass. I will we'll show you the description of Christ, what the brass look like. Not true. So we are going to go in back there. Continue.
As if they burned in the furnace.
So the Bible is saying that Christ's feet look like something burned in a furnace. What is a furnace? So anything you put in a fire, what color is going to come out? Hold on. You mean if my breadfruit burn pan fire, what color it come out? If my rice burn pan fire, what color it come out? So Christ was what? Make Christian.
He was black.
Christ and still black.
That's right.
We are showing you who is coming back on the face of the earth. You understand?
That's right.
He's coming to judge this earth. It's not a Caucasian guy.
That's right.
You understand? It is a black man.
Right.
You understand? Continue read.
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
So you ever hear many waters? You ever got a river and hear the river how it sound? Rough. Talk the truth. That's how white people talk. White people talk rough. They no speak is spooky. So that is another strike to show you Christ to come from the Caucasian race. Only black people behave rough.
That's right.
You understand? So we are here to show you that our king is a black man.
That's right.
You understand that? Yeah. So any other question you want to know? So you know how them have the audacity to trick us that Christ have a white color. You know what really happens is? You know how come that happened? No. We came into slavery. Do you know that the Bible documented it? All of our history was documented in this book. Give me jump to Deuteronomy. We are going to show you something in Deuteronomy. You know, and you guess what? Your church non-teach it. Pastor non-teaches in our church. It too good for him. Read what you got. Deuteronomy 1 verse 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So Moses was speaking to who?
All Israel.
Moses was only speaking to the children of Israel, sis. He wasn't speaking to the Chinese man. Because the Chinese man not Chinese, he man not Israel. And he wasn't speaking to the East Indian. And he wasn't speaking to the so-called white man. He was only speaking to the dark race, which is the nation of Israel. You understand that? Jump to verse 15. So we are going to show you some of the things that Moses speak unto the children of Israel. You understand, sis? Jump to verse 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
Read verse 1 first.
Verse 1. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. But it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
So this is a warning that Moses was giving us. He said that anyhow we listen to God's commandment, when he give us this day, when would I do?
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
We would be on high. Talk the truth, sister. When you look today, talk the truth. The dark race step on high. Look for we in the street today, where they all boat, where they all boat scatter. Who are on the street side as well? Now we, the Chinese man have him store. He in his son like we. Look how we have to out here in a line turn up. Just forget one little change. You think if the white man come out here, how him know out here turn up? Can't feed him bread butter. You understand? These curses not fit him. And that we out here to teach our people. Continue.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high, above all nations of the earth.
They said that anyhow we keep that commandment, we would have been on high. We are on high today, we not on no high. We are at the bottom. Jump to verse 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
This is the other side now. He said anyhow, that, when we give you one side, say anyhow we listen to him, would have be on high. So this at the other side now, where I say, anyhow we not listen to him, here what would have happened to we. Continue.
it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not listen, hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
The word hearken means to listen. And you will not listen to the voice of the Lord thy God.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. That all these curses,
All these what?
curses, shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
My question to you now, sis, is curse is a good thing or a bad thing? Curse is a bad thing, not true. So we are going to show you some of the curses where would have happened to the black people. You understand? We soon make you come out, I son. Jump to verse 68, fast and quick. We're going to show you some of the curses. What happened to with the dark race? Read what you got.
Verse 68.
Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So Moses is telling the Israelites that God gonna bring them back again into Egypt with ships. The word Egypt there is synonymous with
Family, hold on.
Exodus 2 and verse, Exodus 20 and verse 2. We are going to show you what the word Egypt there means. Read.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
This is the Lord thy God who have brought us out of the land of Egypt.
Out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of
Bondage.
So the word Egypt there is synonymous with what? Bondage. When you're in a bondage, talk it truth, now curse that. So jump back to verse 68 now. We just got here for you to understand what the word Egypt means. You understand? And it means what? Bondage, same as slavery, not true? So listen what God said now.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So God is saying that he was going to bring us back into slavery again. But this time, how we are going to go there?
With ships.
So how did our ancestors them reach over on this side of the earth? See it here. It is documented in the Bible. This is how our ancestors them reach over here. They came over here and what? And it wasn't no cruise ship. We packed like sardine. It was a curse. So we come over into Jamaica. You think it was no blessing? It was a curse.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.